What's up, Hoopers? The Lakers are well underway, and I have seen some good, some bad, and some ugly. If you are a true NBA fan or a Laker fan, then you understand we're just in the preseason. But at the same time, it also starts in the preseason. In fact, if you take the rival league, the NFL, if you look at the first few games of the NFL season, the quarterbacks who played in the preseason all went 8-0. The quarterbacks who did not play in the preseason, all of them except for one quarterback lost their first game and looked terrible. So I'm not saying you have to do preseason NBA to win out throughout this season, but we are starting to see true signs of the good, the bad, the ugly of the Lakers. So if you want to hear that ugly and the bad, make sure you stay tuned. And if you want to learn the downright ugly of the Lakers this season, and if they can fix it, that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So I am your NBA white guy. I talk all things NBA hoops from a hooper's perspective. And if you love that kind of content, then make sure you dunk that like button and that you subscribe so you never miss a thing. Overall, I think we can say right now, even though the Lakers are 0-3, there's some real positives to that Lakers organization. They're looking young, they're looking healthy, they're looking fast. But why are they not finishing these games? And what are some of the biggest problems that we see right now in the Lakers organization, or at least that I'm seeing from a Hooper's perspective? That's what we're going to get into. And if you do not want to miss the end where I talk about the bad and the ugly and if they can fix it and how they'll fix it, well, then you got to stay tuned to the very end. But let's start with the good. Right out of the gate, like I mentioned, the Lakers look young. It's incredible. It's like they went to the fountain of youth. LeBron looks spry. He's doing, reverse layups behind the back. He's dunking it. He had a chase down block. He's looking good, but that's LeBron James. He's always going to. Anthony Davis played the first game. He said he was supposed to be out from low back soreness the first game, but he ended up playing. He looked like a top 3, top 4 player in the NBA. Remember, this is the team in the playoffs against the Phoenix Suns that toyed with the Suns. Remember them doing the salsa dance in the cradle when Jay Crowder was guarding LeBron and LeBron went up and under? Like, they were beating the Suns, breaks off. And then Anthony Davis goes down. They end up losing. The Suns go to the finals that year. So a team with Anthony Davis healthy and LeBron James healthy, they are scary good, but they had to get younger. And that's what they did. I am absolutely loving some of these young players. Now, you're looking at players like Max Christie get a lot of minutes, and Lonnie Walker played his first game, got a lot of minutes. They're looking good, but I'm not too high on the Max Christie thing like a lot of you are. Here's the players that I'm really seeing some positive with. Cole Swider, that boy's going to get some minutes. He is a knockdown shooter. Every single defender is watching him, and that is what the Lakers need. They need to be able to draw people out. Now, I'm going to talk about some massive mistakes and some huge, ugly things that I'm seeing at the end, and I really hope that they can fix it. But the energy on the defensive end is what makes the chemistry. And you guys may not believe me, but trust me, I have played in all of these locker rooms and all through college. And when the chemistry is not there, you will never win a game. And what creates that chemistry? Hustle. When you all work together. See, this is the one thing that I don't really like about the latter years of a LeBron James career is when he has lackluster talent and they're not showing any effort, you'll see him and his attitude completely shift. You'll see his head down. You'll see him pointing fingers. And when your leader does that, it just creates this animosity throughout the entire organization. And it really, really just makes everybody not want to play. I'm telling you right now. But we saw him. He was getting his hands on balls when he was guarding other players. He was playing off the ball defense, stripping balls. So his energy is up. Darvin Ham is really enforcing it, and you got a guy like Patrick Beverley holding everybody accountable. This is going to be fun to watch. Now, your boy Russell Westbrook, he's been fantastic. I don't care. He's had some brutally ugly turnovers. I mean, terrible turnovers, but at the same time, he feels confident. He is really gaining that chemistry with his teammates too. They're having a lot of fun with him, and I think everybody in that organization, really admires and they respect his hustle. So I'm excited that he's back. I don't know what they're going to do with these 4 guards, with all of them, actually playing very well. And you have to have a Pat Bev out there being a pest, but Kendrick Nunn is a walking bucket, and we haven't even seen Schroeder play yet. So you guys got to comment down below who's the starting 2, point guards, who's the backcourt. I think your boy Reeves is going to be one of them. But next up is the bad. So we got to start talking about, we just went through the good. We're younger. We got the energy. We've got great young talent. And the players are all playing tough. They're playing, good defense. But the bad part. What is it? And trust me, you're going to want to stay tuned for the ugly. We're going to get to that. Real quick though, before I talk about the bad, the only way that my videos get out there is when you guys hit that like button and you guys comment down below. So at the end, I'm going to have a poll. You're not going to want to miss it. You guys are going to vote on it. But right now, hit that like button. So there was two things that I saw that were pretty bad. One of them was those ugly turnovers, and they weren't just like, trying to get a guy open, and a good defender got his hand on the ball. It was just straight up like throwing it to the wrong guy or dribbling and making a terrible pass. Westbrook had 2 of them, and I saw in my comments earlier, someone was like, well, I'll take 2 turnovers. I get that, but he's only playing about 10, 15, 20 minutes a game, whatever. So we've got to button up. In fact, Reeves, who looks fantastic and had 8 assists in one game, he had a lot of turnovers. I think he had 5 or 6 in one game. So got to clean these things up, because the number one thing that turnovers do, other than give the other team the ball, is it kills chemistry. Again, I'm a big chemistry guy because I've played basketball my whole life. And when you start losing that and you're going down, you haven't even set up your offense yet, and they're already going down the other way because the point guard throws it away, it just infuriates you, and you can lose leads quick, and it really starts to bring down that energy. So you got to nip these turnovers in the butt. If you have one game where it's just crazy and there's 20 plus turnovers, whatever, it is what it is. And you have just these dumb brainless style where you throw it to the wrong guy or you throw it completely out of bounds, it's really going to drain that energy, and you got to keep a LeBron James team energy up high. The second thing I saw, because they are such high energy players, in fact, I'm going to bring up a chart here in a little bit that's going to blow your mind about offensive and defensive ratings with teams. And yes, you have got to see it, because it will really dictate the entire season. One thing that I saw, they're playing with a lot of energy, and man, that fast break they ran, I should put up in the good category. Incredible fast break offense. Defense leads to that, but I saw some brutal offensive rebounds being missed, or defensive rebounds being missed by the Lakers, which turned into offensive rebounds. Now, you're going to have a couple of those, but I'm telling you right now, that pisses off the coach. So Darvin probably saw that. They're already talking about it, but I don't think it was as bad as I thought. Sometimes I would look and I'd be watching, and especially, Damian Jones, who I'm super high on, he lost his guy one time, and the dude was under the hoop, grabs it, back up, dunk. Nobody even close. You cannot have that. But with such a high emphasis and focus on defense this year, I think these guys right now, that's their only mindset, is like, okay, I got to be in the defensive spot. I got to be right where I'm at. I got to make sure I'm watching these guys. And I think they get out of position, and that'll come with repetition, right? The more they play together, the more they'll know where their players are, and they shouldn't have those kind of brainless offensive rebound, misses like that. But yes, I saw quite a few offensive rebounds by the other team. But that, again, is a major, major chemistry killer, because it's going to just deflate the team. I'm curious, what was your favorite play you've seen in the first 3 preseason games? All right, and the last one is the ugly. The offense. And you guys might be thinking, oh my gosh, well, they put in 115 points here, they put, scored that. I'm telling you right now, that offense does not look good. Now, they are focusing on the defensive end, and that can really help. And I'll show a chart here in a second that proves that. But in the last 20, 25 years, the NBA champion not only had an incredible defense, but they had one of the top ranked, at least top 10 offenses. And when you have a team like this that is standing still, it's going to get ugly quick. If you have off shooting nights, they're going to get drubbed, and I could not stand watching it. Now, maybe I'm the only person who sees this, but I, from a Hooper's perspective, noticed they were running pick and roll at the top, and that was it. And what did the other 3 players do? They literally stand there and watch. The only time the offense was great was when the offense broke down, or on fast break points, right? So they ran the fast break really, really well. I love that. If you're going to have the number 1 defensive team or top 5, that means you're going to get a lot of steals, and we got to go down and get easy buckets, right? But when we do have sets, we've got to be moving a lot. Let's look at this chart real quick. It is crazy. If you look at it right here, from 2020 all the way down to 95, except for a few outliers, which, look at right there, the 2020 Lakers, they had the 11th best offense, but they had the 3rd best defense. But then it went 5th and 5th, 3rd and 11th, 1st and 2nd, 3rd and 10th, 2nd and 1st, 7th and 3rd, 2nd and 9th, 8th and 4th. So what you're seeing is at least top 10 in both of them. And right now, man, I mean, the Lakers are shooting it pretty well, and LeBron had a crazy night, but he's not going to have that every night. They've got to get this offense going. Like, you have to have more than just a pick on the ball and a kick out, because what it's going to do is just start cramming this paint again. Or, those players can obviously guard the guys in the wings and get hands up. It's just, I see way too much standing around. I thought when they ran the 4-out-1 in, there would be more dribble to and cuts. And honestly, when I say when the offense broke down, that's what would happen. They would run the pick and roll, and defender would kind of get the hand on the ball, and they would kind of dribble off, and all the defense would be looking at that, and all of a sudden someone would cut back door, get a wide open shot, but they're not doing it during the offense. So you have some massive outliers over here. If you obviously look at the 2001 Los Angeles Lakers, they were 21st on defense, but they were second. And then look at the cheat code Bulls in 96. First in offense, first in defense. Yeah, Jordan didn't have a team. No, that was just unbeatable. But, you know, this is what I'm talking about right now. You can have all the hustle. Is Darvin Ham putting too much attention on the defense? I want them to have the #1 defense. That's what we should really strive for. But if you completely forget about the offense, you're seeing it here. You basically have to have a top 10 offense as well to make it, besides a few outliers. And if they focus the entire thing on effort on the defensive end, and yet you go down in their offensive, and the offense is just stagnant, it's really going to hurt them. And that is why they may not be finishing these games, besides not having their starters in there. But you can't say that because some of the other teams don't. And what happened last season? I think the Lakers lost every single game that went to overtime, and half of those games never should have went to overtime. They suck. That offense was terrible, and I am so tired of, if they have a lead towards the end of the game, you know, there's 3, 4, 5 minutes left, LeBron dribbles up slow, waits for the clock to die down, and then just jacks something up, and they lose the lead like this. They've got to be moving just as much on the offensive end as the defensive end, and they have so many young hustling players, and they have so many great talented finishers at the rim that they got to be moving. So you guys need to comment down below on the poll. Should they try and strive for that #1 defense and not really work on the offense, or should they really start increasing what they do on the offensive end to pick that up to at least get it to a top 10 offense? You guys comment and vote on that down below. And also, I want to hear what's been some of your favorite highlights of the Lakers preseason. And also, I am your NBA white guy. I talk all things NBA hoops from a hooper's perspective. So if you haven't yet, make sure that you dunk that like button and you subscribe so that you never miss a thing.